Welcome to the Alchemist Nation podcast. We are a community of business and real estate professionals who are on a shared mission to help every individual achieve financial freedom through right action, the right knowledge, and the right accountability. Join me, Andrew MacMurray, and my co-host, Mitch Jaworski, as we find and interview those who have mastered wealth and who have a desire to share their wisdom with you. Enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of the Alchemist Nation podcast. I am Mitch Jaworski, also known as the Scaredy Cat Guide. I am one of your hosts here with my co-host, Andrew MacMurray. Andrew, how are you? And tell us about the epic guest we have on today's podcast.
I am so excited, and I'm amazing. Outstanding. Thank you for asking.
Nice.
But let me tell you, I'm excited. I'm excited for the guest we have today. I could feel his energy about a half hour ago coming in. Ready to come into this call, to be honest. But we have Vinney. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Smiles, Vinney Chopra on the podcast with us today. Just a quick bio about who he is, if you're not already aware. So he came to the United States from India, right? He comes here with $7 in his pocket. That's it. So not coming from money or anything. If I'm not mistaken, he has an engineering degree. Then he earns an MBA from George Washington. Now you're known for your infectious positive attitude. And I read this and I really liked it. Your belief in shaping the world through positive thought and selfless action. That's incredible. And he manages 4 successful companies now, including Moniel Investment Group and a multifamily academy. Also a real estate powerhouse, owns over $800 million in multifamily and senior living facilities and over 7,500 units under management. Vinney is a true deal maker who walks the talk. And with that, Vinney, thank you for being here with us.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. Thank you so much for inviting me. I hope I can add some value, to your audiences. And I'm so fortunate to be in the company of Alchemist Nation, Walter, Amarillo, Darina, Brother Mitch, and you, Andrew, and just excited about the summit coming up. I'm preparing notes, and we're going to just have fantastic time, on the stage and motivate a lot of people.
Vinney, I have a question for you. When did this energy start? When did this all start for you? Like, were you just born this way, or did you have to develop this?
That's a good point. I'm 17, next end of this week, I'll be 17 means 71. 7-1. So I'm just
you got that Benjamin, right? You got that Benjamin Button thing. You age backwards.
I always say, dyslexia, right? You see the opposite numbers. But I always have told our children also, hey, every birthday, you don't grow 1 year old. You go 1 year backward. I always say that. That's the real thing in mindset. If you could believe, your body will really, try to manifest. If, eat right and exercise and everything. But excitement and enthusiasm came in my life. I would say I've been enthusiastic all my life, goal-oriented person, but I had a humble beginning. We had 6 siblings and mom and dad, 8 people in 1-bedroom apartment, 200 or 382 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 living room, 1 hallway, and 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom for 8 people.
Oh boy.
No refrigerator, no television, no cars, no school. I mean, it was just public transportation, in New Delhi when I grew up. But excitement or enthusiasm, I think it has come over here in USA when I came to this, land of opportunity. I say that with big dreams and $7. That's all I had, right? $7 maximum I could bring. But the key thing is by reading the books, by really, listening to the talks of good motivational people, how to communicate. If you want to communicate right, you got to have excitement. You got to have enthusiasm. And you got to have the zeal and energy to get the idea across.
And it's so consistent for you. I appreciate it so much. Like, every time I interact with you, whether I'm watching content or seeing you on stage, it's always so consistent. And you're right. That's what it is. Like, obviously you're incredibly successful, right? You have all of these accolades, but that's what pulls me in. It makes me wonder, like, does this guy ever wake up with any bad days, or is he just it's a ray of sunshine? It's beautiful.
My wife says I smile while I sleep. A lot of people have told me that too. I just conk out. I just get up in the morning, miracle morning, 5 o'clock or 4:30 sometime, and it's just so positive. I mean, I feel like that today is the day I can emit energy. I can really be in my meetings, be present in the meetings, and give the very best to all the Zoom meetings and other interactions I do and recordings and all. But the key thing is, it's how we start the day. It's so important. And some people get up in the morning and they go to brush their teeth and they're kind of so sloppy and all. We need to wake us up, Hey, get up. This is a new day. It's a birthday. I believe every day is a birthday. Every day. When you're alive, you don't have pains in your leg. You have shelter over your head and 2 meals to eat. It's a beautiful day.
That's
Hey,
incredible.
it doesn't take much to be happy.
I'm so glad you said that, Mitch, brother. Happiness is not external. See, a lot of times we feel that, when I have this, when I have that, when I have that, when I do this, when I do that, I'll be happy. They're totally wrong. We are totally wrong in that. We are happy today. We got to find internal happiness, because if we are satisfied, happy, balanced, energetic inside, that's when we can give outside. So it's happiness. I was happy, to be truthful. My mom used to give me 2 rupees. Now, wait a minute. $1 is 86 rupees now in Indian
Oh, man.
currency. I used to get 2 rupees for the month, brother, to spend. Of course, things were cheaper then, right? But I was happy. I'll drink a Coke for 25 paisa, we call it. 1 Coke a month and a small pound of pound cake, a small piece, once a month. So I used to look forward to that. But the happiness was what you have, where you are, you should be contented. I mean, whatever, no matter what's going around the world, around you, you got to find your happiness right now. Because when you get bigger and better and growth and others and more money and all, that doesn't bring happiness. That just bring more materialistic things. That's all.
Well, you have a sense of gratitude. So it's kind of like, even
Exactly.
you said, your Coke and your piece of pound cake, once a month, and you were so grateful for it, as opposed to, maybe someone who is in a scenario where they're getting that every single day, and then they take it for granted and they're no longer grateful for those treats, right? So, and even if you are, I mean, you can still have gratitude for something that you're receiving every day. But I think that's the big theme that people may miss with you, is that, you have this sense of gratitude along your entire journey. You know what I mean? So as you continue to build, not only just yourself, but just your real estate, endeavors as well. Like, you just have a sense of gratitude. So I think that's a key to what keeps you in this state of joy.
I totally agree, Mitch. I couldn't say better than that, brother. Gratitude is so important in life. Be humble, and give gratitude to everybody. I say that, say thankful, be thankful to everybody. Left side of you, right side of you, above you, your boss or other or mentors, and below you too. Nobody should be below you, but because of their circumstances, they might be working under you or be a team player and, in your team and all. But we need to give everybody equal gratitude, because everybody is working at their full potential. If you could help them to get to the next level, why not? We got to be always thinking to pay forward. Because who got me where I am today? I'm so thankful to so many mentors, so many my sales managers and directors and presidents and the CEOs and all the motivational speakers who have really built me who I am today, So I'm in
100%.
awe, and it's just a very good feeling when you sleep at night. You feel like, what, today was a great day. But even if it's not, guess what? Don't worry about it.
Tomorrow will be a good day.
Tomorrow is bound to be a good day. But if we go to the ashes, 30 seconds back is turned into ashes, I say, or past. We call it past, right? But what do people do? we have so many bad things that happen in life previously, and ashes. What do we do with the ashes? Pick up some ash, and your hands are going to be black, all with a suit, and then you start smothering around your face. Are you going your mind into those ashes metaphorically? You are then just not ready to take the challenges of today and tomorrow. A lot
That is
of
a
times we
good
live our
metaphor.
life in the past so much. We should learn from it and change, change, and change, and change. But what's really important is, in the hourglass, I should bring it from my office there inside. Hourglass, as you know, we have that cone in the front. On the top, there is sand. Then there is a contraction right in the middle there. And then there is another cone at the bottom, right? The sand pouring through for 1 hourglass. Guess what? The sand on the top is the future. The sand which going through this little contraction is the present. And anything below is the past. So we need to really be living in the present, in the moment. That's what I'm going to be talking about at the summit, 2023 100 Millionaire Summit. I'm so fired up to really talk about, of course, how to raise money to buy businesses and how to really enjoy the fruits of pulling other people's money together. That's the beauty. Where I am today, brother, it's because I could fundraise. I was raising money, like Andrew said, for nonprofit and profit to thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now I raise millions from family, friends, people. It's just so exciting. It's so exciting because I am able to give them the returns that they never expected. And just by writing a check and being very transparent and through SEC ruling and all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and also just doing good deals, you know what I mean? Good transactions, good deals, businesses, real estate. I mean, obviously the assisted living has been something in recent years. It's been a big focus that I know is going very well, which, is a great space to be in, based just on demographics. And I think that's a piece of it too, because everyone, generally just, gets that vibe from you with your positivity and your energy. But what they don't realize is that you're also a very competent operator. You're not just a happy guy. You're a very competent, smart, calculated man. And, you find good deals, you put together good deals, because anyone at the end of the day can, be rah, 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 but can they also perform, right? And you do both. And I think a big piece is, not only do you have this kind of infectious energy, but you also take action, right, to create not only, better living scenarios for yourself and wealth for yourself, but for others, right? Because they're investing money with you in these projects. And it's like, you have to, in my opinion, at least, you always got to take action as well, right? You can be super happy and that's great, but if you want to grow things, expand yourself, expand others, you have to take actions as well that, lead to those things. So
1,000%, brother Mitch, you're so right. Do it now. That's my other mantra. Don't wait. If some good idea comes, if you're really, thinking about honing a skill, then just be possessive. And you say, what? I'm going to learn this. Other people have done it. I'm no less than that person. And anything that anybody wants to do this in this world, it's already done. It's already done by the top people, by educators and this. And, they could take us to the well. We're going to drink the water ourselves. But they could take you to the well. But you got to act. You got to be inquisitive. You ask questions. I mean, everything is in front of us on the internet. It's just mind blowing for, what age we are in now, really. I mean, remember those encyclopedias? When I sold, by the way, I sold Bibles and encyclopedias when I came from India, right? Knocking on doors, 13 hours a day, 13 hours a day, brother. That's what I did. 80 hours a week. I did it 3 summers. Some of you might know me. Everybody who wants to know more about it, just find out from my YouTube channel and something like that. But the key thing is you got to really be acting. That's what we are doing, right, Mitch? You got to take action. You got to find the deals that make sense to you. And now with 2023, 24, 25, there'll be amazing deals in multifamily, in assisted living, in hotels, in storage units, in mobile home parks, in laundromats,
Yes.
in car washes, you name it.
Yeah. And
It's
that's the
going to,
beauty too. There's always opportunity, but then, based on the economy and the cycles of the economy, there's always opportunity in
yeah,
different places, different industries, different markets. And, a lot of people, especially like in larger multifamily, believe there's going to be some good opportunity,
yes.
due to some operators that might have gotten too extended, in low interest rate environments. And now that rates,
I
are
was just
higher.
today we were having a discussion. 22% discount right now on the same NOI. The product is coming, multifamily is coming down already because of
Mm,
the increased interest rates,
yeah,
increased insurance cost, and of course, operating cost and all that, and the property taxes. So that's something, I mean, it's amazing. But there will be amazing opportunities coming, but you got to be ready to hit the ball. I say that, when you want to play baseball, you can't be just a spectator. You could be on the mound or you could be having the, bat right there, right? Yeah.
absolutely.
So then I have a question then in that vein,
Please.
as a like, newer investor and you're just building my business, what can I do to prepare for when the opportunities start coming in so I can hit the ball?
Oh, wonderful. Andrew, the biggest thing will be whether there's so much information to really find how to find a good deal, right? Because opportunities will be there. The people who are going to really avail of those opportunities will be who have talked to brokers. I say that, first you find out what 2 or 3 markets you want to purchase this commercial property. I believe in commercial properties, as you know, because one home at a time, one house at a time, it's just will take our whole life away. That's what I used to do. I changed it 16 years back to multifamily. So multifamily is 2 units. Duplex is multifamily. Triplex is multifamily. Fourplex is multifamily. Fiveplex is multifamily. Now, up to 4, it's residential. Fourplex. And you could even just get the loan as a single family home, live in 1 unit and rent three, hacking, I can't say 3. Okay. But the thing is, that's the beauty of it. So please look into, Andrew, where you would like to buy first, brother, right? Then you start looking into who is selling it. Who are the brokers in that market? I'm not saying, if you could be looking for 8 units or 10 units, by the way, I would say go to LoopNet, even though LoopNet properties are just very, very not that good, but you look for brokers who
Yep.
are doing these kind of things in the size of the apartment complex that you want to buy, if that's the one, or laundromats. Like I was teaching one of my students the other day, we said, where do you live? Okay, zip code. I said, oh, you want to get a laundromat? Okay, go on Google and say laundromat on sale by honor, and you put down space and your zip code. That's all it took, and we found so many laundromats. Crexi is another website, right? CREXI. That's a great one. There are so many other websites, right? But that will be one thing what you want to buy. Now I will take you to the second side. How much can you afford? Okay. So, brother, then you need to kind of look at, okay, who is going to give you loan for how much? And that's where the syndication works in. Syndication is like pooling of the money together or getting a partner with you. In commercial, I always say it's a team sport. It's not a solo sport. It's a team sport. So you got to have some other friend and somebody who might could join hands together. And now you're able to, avail of the net worth together to qualify for a bigger loan. So any kind of deal, anybody wants to buy a business or real estate or anything, it's the purchase power. Who is going to purchase it? In what LLC? Of course, I'm not an attorney, but it's good to put it in the, limited corporation or LP or like that, or DSTs, Delaware Statutory Trust, like that. And then the other part is product underwriting and the money. And there is the union, brother, right in the middle.
That is simple. That actually is it's motivating because it's not difficult task to
It's
just
not.
open it, like you said. I can go do that now.
Hey, there we go. Exactly. I didn't know too much about you, but that's the beauty of it. Anybody doing what they are doing now, scale up. How could you do 2 times or 3 times and 4 times? And like I said in the summit last year, many times it's the money, it's the down payment, right? If we can put 30% down, you can get a good loan. Well, it's 6.5, 7, but it's going to go down. 2024 is going to be, I'm sure shift is going to come back. But the key thing is by helping to collect money through retirement funds or family friend who trusts you, meeting with them, and then showing them the business plan, I call it, right? Then they will buy into the system because they will be doctors, attorneys, people in your circle, right? Next door neighbors, and people that you go to dentist, or I just see that so many influence circles are there. But the biggest thing is many professional people are busy making money, and it's in retirement funds and savings, but they don't know how to invest the money, or they won't have the time. Let's say that, right? My clients, 680 now, they've given me millions of dollars. My top clients have given me 5 million now. 5 million, 4 million. They started with only 100,000, remember? you know and the beauty is so many people are coming now in my $100 million fund. Here's a guy who started with a duplex. We still own the duplex in Odessa, Texas.
Nice.
Still own it, brother. And 14 units with 180,000. That was my next one. And then it started from there, 60 units, 50, 200, 500. Now, millions of dollars. I'm talking about 64 million. I just sold a building in Orlando for 64 million. I bought for 52 million just before COVID. Just sold it last year, and I'm selling other things too. But you're right. Answering your question, Andrew, taking action, brother. Getting to know how to really see, get a coach, get somebody, not pay, don't pay too much. I mean, there are coaches who are charging 40,000, 50,000. You don't need it. You don't need it. My courses, I'm just plugging it in. Vinny's always there, under $1,000, $997. And everything I've done in 15 years, I give in attachments, in underwriting templates, in doc and PH PowerPoints, so that my students can put their logos on it, their name on it, and they are able to run. And it just teaches everything, Yeah.
That's so good. I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I also I believe in education, right? And I believe you got to get that foundational knowledge. And then once you have that foundational knowledge, then it's about taking action.
Yeah.
But I also believe that, there's certain value for everything. And yeah, there's I've paid for education and I've paid, reasonable prices for it, but there's some, options out there that are just almost seem like price gouging, so to speak. And like you said, you don't need to spend 40,000 on education. You can spend much less. You can spend a few $1,000s, even if it's $10,000, but get that foundational knowledge, because with that foundational knowledge, you can take the action now, right? Because the actions to take. And Vinny, as it's a confidence thing, right? So the knowledge helps you get some confidence, but then as you do the actual transactions, that's where you build more and more confidence. And your journey is an example of that. It's like you started with the duplex, right? And then you keep going up in size. And it's like, did you have the confidence to do, 100-unit building right off the bat? Probably not.
No, not at all.
You had to get the experience.
Yeah, totally. Experience. And that's what the other is. The fear of failure is so big. Fear of success is there too. Fear of failure is more chronic disease we all have. Procrastination, of course. But once you get a understanding of the material, and you do some case studies, and it just brings you to a level of confidence, just like you said, Mitch. And then you can take actions, and it's so important that it's an investment. It's not an expense. See, that's how I look at it. I spent 130,000 or something because I took a lot of my team members up to the coaching, and boot camps and all that. Spent a lot of money, right? Some stayed, some didn't stay. It's okay. It happens, right? But my making so much, 100 times, 1,000 times more than what I, invested in. The other part is free knowledge many times don't bring people excitement. I don't know why. They say, hey, it's free. So it must not be good. That's the other problem. See? And, I used to charge 3,000 for the course. I reduced it to 1,000 or 997. I said, I want to give to millions of people. Why not? And people pay me 100,000, by the way, now 100,000 to teach the same thing, which I've got in my academy. But they want my personal time, coaching time with me,
You want the
But-
one-on-one Vinney time. That's not
we
cheap.
know one-on-one Vinney time.
That is not cheap. There's only so much of that. It's only 24 hours in a day. That's awesome. So yeah,
I'm so happy to be here.
The 100 Millionaire Summit, 2023 edition in first weekend of November is going to be exciting. We were blessed to have you there last year, and it's always awesome sharing the stage with you. And you mentioned earlier, you just touched on kind of what you'll be talking about. Just can you kind of just circle back to that in terms of what you'll be sharing with everyone at the summit
totally.
in 2023?
Totally, brother. I think the biggest thing is the mindset. We got to be totally talking about what we want to, how can we grow our businesses is definitely first believing, manifesting, thinking, and then bringing systems into our businesses. So I'll be talking about the mind shift. First of all, positivity brings profitability. My new book is coming up now, by the way. I added more things to my previous book. I'll be doing book signing and all. And my other one, the Syndication Made Easy, I'm bringing that book also. I love to give it out, free copies to those who would like. Then the other thing I want to talk majority of the time is how to really be good communicator in your circle of friends to raise money. See, how can you give opportunities to others? And that's the big thing, not to just buy only real estate. You could buy any kind of business. You could do any kind of different things. Like I'm into so many things now, NFTs, startups, cloud defense, all, you name it, right? Metaverse, everything. So it's it's going to be good. I don't know if I can give you the whole gist of it. It'll be 45 minutes of action packed and then question answers.
Oh, I have no idea. It'll be action packed. So there's plenty of energy pouring off the stage last year. Everyone loved it. And I'm assuming you were going to bring it again in 2023. Like I said, I'm looking forward to being able to sit in the crowd and be part of it. So speaking of the summit, kind of takes just to Alchemist Nation on a whole. So obviously you've gotten involved with the community, about a year and a half ago or so. And, we're always curious, what impact that's had on each one of our guests that, are active with Alchemist Nation. So, what really has being part of Alchemist Nation, kind of just, brought to you, outside of just, some awesome friendships. I know you and Walter have become friends. Obviously, a lot of the other coaches, we're all friends now. So
I would say that, just the whole idea, what Walter and Darina are, really batting, to make millionaires.
yes.
And that's the big thing, they're giving it forward. When they reach the heights, and when I joined them also, now we do that live show, which every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, abundance mindset with, Walter and Vinney Chopra. I love that time every Thursday, which becomes podcasts and reels.
Yes, and I know it's live stream, so people can always
Live
jump on Facebook and
Sure.
check that out. 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m.
Eastern.
out there in California. But yeah, you and Walter, kind of that whole the abundance
And
mindset.
it's really has brought a lot of good, when I post some things, it's given me a platform to kind of interact with people in the Alchemist Nation. And now they're going each of the big cities, 300 cities, and I'm very excited about it. I think what a creative idea to really put those, Alchemist Nation all over the map, and that'll be fantastic. I know in the Bay Area where I live near San Francisco, we're gonna have a huge, huge following over here. Definitely,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, got to get the Alchemist Nation meetup in San Fran. That'll end
Yes.
up being watch. That'll end up being the largest meetup in the country. I could already see that happening. But like it's Vinny. Vinny did it. He didn't even mean to. It just happened. Everyone wanted to come hang out. That's so great. Yeah, it's gonna be good times. It's always great to have everyone in the room. Like you said, it's so many people just, how can I help everybody else, and while helping myself. It's just like, that rising tide lifts all boats. And, it's
Yeah.
such a diverse group because you have people just starting out. Like you said, you have people to the left, to the right, up, down. And everyone brings something to the table, whether it's something, mentally, emotionally, financially, we all have value to add. So that was
So
awesome that, you kind of made that point earlier because I think it's important. People forget that.
It's so true. I mean, these conventions are so important to get you out of your rhythm, and you pick up two, three, four things to really implement, take action after that weekend, and have that VIP dinner, before that also
Yeah.
good time to really interact and everything and get front seats. So I would highly recommend everybody to really secure your seat, and it's going to be fantastic. I think the demographics also in the new, who are going to be in the Orlando hotel. I think that's where, right, we meet, and it's going to be tremendous. So I would appeal to everybody to get your ticket, put it on your
Oh
calendar.
yeah. Come see Vinny, feel the energy. So speaking of Vinny, how do people get in touch with you? What's the best way to interact with Mr. Vinny Smile Chopra?
Well, brother, I'm all over the net, Of course, VinneyChopra.com. Mentorship is one of my links, and VinneyChopra.com. Invest is another link where people can, invest in my funds and, in our hospitality, in hotels, and also assisted living funds that we have right now. But they can definitely, message me Instagram, of course, Twitter and TikTok is there now,
All the
and
socials.
LinkedIn, and YouTube. YouTube is growing bigger and bigger. So
Oh,
anywhere,
there we go. And then you said you have a new book coming out. Is that already launched or is that going to be launched in time for the 2023 summit?
it will be launched. As a matter of fact, we are thinking to launch right at that moment. When I speak after that, will be the one where we're going to launch it. The new Positivity Brings Profitability, new cover, new material inside. You will be very, very pleased. My other book, which is Senior Assisted Living Made Easy, will be launched within 3 to 4 weeks, because there is a convention coming up in assisted living in Arizona, and they want to pass out my book there. Yeah.
That's so awesome. And that's so great that you've been working that space, like I said, in more recent years, because there's such an opportunity there and there's such a need too. That's what's beautiful about it is like not only do you create good investment opportunities, but like I've noticed everything you do, you usually gravitate to where there's a need in society and then fill that need while
Yeah.
also creating good investment opportunities, So you just kind of like stacking those synergies that just turn into wins for everybody. So I love it, man. Keep up the good work. I can't wait to see you again in November. It's going to be awesome.
It'll be excellent. It'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait. It's been so exciting to really spend time with you both. And again, everybody watching us, make sure that you're watching, Thursday noon, there on the East Coast, our Abundance Mindset show. And then I do another show, Winnie and Bo show. That's on Friday at 12 noon also, to two live shows. And then my podcast, Apartment Syndication Made Easy.
Beautiful, beautiful. Andrew, you got any pressing questions before we go?
Sure. Yeah.
I've always got a lot of pressing questions, but I guess I'm interested. You mentioned the $100 million fund, right? Because
Yes.
you're collecting all this money, the connections, making the connections so we can bring all the money and pool it all together. What's like, where are you going next? Like ultimately, like what's the ultimate deal you want to pool all the money into?
No, that's a very good question, what you just said. Andrew, we have right now 14 different development projects in hospitality and hotels. So I'm no good in building hotels. I wouldn't be. I mean, it'll take me 30 years. But we have found a strategic partner who has built it, 61 or 69 of them already built, and they are doing very well. And it's a 21 years of experience plus, and we are joining hands. Our $100 million fund is buying 30%, 50% into each of these developments. So they've already put money, they've gone through permitting, everything, loans, and these are in tourist attractions. These hotels like Marriott's, Hilton's, and IHG's. We only do those. We only do the name brands. That's $100 million fund. So we are ready. We got 1.3 billion with a billion in the works, because they take 4 years, to get going from the start of the land. Then you do changing of all the jurisdictions and all. Then you get the funding, then you build, then you stabilize, right? So it's a long process. Similarly, $100 million other fund is assisted living fund, where we are converting some suites hotels in Arizona. We are finishing up one near Sarasota, very close, Tampa. Hold on. I'll be there soon. Looks like, in Bradenton, we are going to be doing that assisted living. And then we are also doing one in Mississippi right now, which has been converted, we converted into a senior assisted living. So senior assisted living projects are coming on so that's where we are raising money to put the money into these different development and different conversions. Yes.
That's awesome. So you've already got the $100 million spent then. So you're about to have $1 billion fund next.
I like that.
Hey, Andrew, the money's yes, the money's always put to work. There's always opportunity. If you look for it, the opportunity is out there.
So
opportunity is everywhere if you're willing to keep your eyes open and be open to it. So, like Vinney says, it starts with mindset. So this was an awesome call, Vinney. Thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you.
yeah. If
I want to
you want to
thank
get
both
more,
of you from the bottom of my heart, that you are doing such good work, and keep up the great work, and let's spread knowledge and compassion and everything, and also the positivity. I mean, that's the number one thing. We got to spread and let people believe, and let them have the best self-talk and self-confidence, because everything is achievable. It just takes a little bit of time to learn it.
Absolutely. I agree. Good stuff. Thank you so much again, Vinney. It's been awesome. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Okay. Bye-bye.